Welcome to Tarsopia. I am Tars. Stay if you want to see me build something like this. Today we will start a European-styled hard mode game which will achieve with economy fixer hard option mode. This will lower the amount of money we will get from all of the sources and raise the expenses. But mostly it will give us much less money for all of the milestones. In vanilla all of the milestones give you 62 billion and on hard mode it only gives you 4.3 billion. This will force us to stay money positive from the very beginning because we will not get the money easily. We will need to be much more careful in spending money and implementing services. First, we will make an industry area with a transistor plant so we can sell the power from the wind turbines. We will not build any higher level plants for the start until we get city going. Then we will make farms because they are free and we will make our industry more efficient that way. Making a city aesthetically pleasing is what brings me joy in playing city builders, so we will put a great emphasis on making a pretty city. But as you can see, I am very fast in building, so it will not be a problem for us. I'm pulling a lot what I build in this game from what I see outside, so if you don't like something, don't blame me, but blame your local government. I'm washing my hands clean from any design disputes. If you like what you see and you want to contribute, please write in the comments your credit card info. This would help me a lot because I don't want to have a full-time job anymore. If you don't have a credit card, don't worry, you can write one from your parents or your partner. I don't discriminate. Now I will tell you a 2 out of 10 story from my life. One time I was in a store and I bought some oranges. I thought that I bought 5 oranges, but when I came home I had 6 oranges. I miscounted the oranges. If you are curious, 1 out of 10 story would be if I had 5 oranges. Every town needs at least a middle school so the population can be more educated and can produce more efficiently. So we will build them a school, a pretty school, with trees and bushes, and with all of the amenities a child would need, like a tennis court and a skating ring. We will also build some parks for the children to play in and parents to get drunk in. It also can double as a sanctuary for homeless people if we ever encounter that problem. But we are building an European city, so we shouldn't have problem with that. I kept mentioning that we are building a European city, but how do we know that the city is a European city? It's because of all of the roofs that we will put in the city. We Europeans invented the roof and perfected them. They are intricate part of our culture, and that's actually why European unions were formed, commonly known as European Roof Union. We started the formation in 1945 after USA and SSSR went on campaign of removing roofs of every building in Europe. They didn't like that we have the best roofs in the world. We have saying in Europe, before you build a house, you need to build a roof, and I stand by that statement 100%. Because we are playing on hard mode, we will not build from the start high school and college. It would eat too much into our budget. But they will be one of the first services we will implement. We will need to try to produce all of the basic materials in the city instead of sourcing them from outside. This will give us more profits from companies that we already have. I also have some ideas on how to beautify the industry areas such as farms and mines in the future, and this brings me joy. I like to make small places like this in the city where people can relax. Not all areas need to be big and lavish. This is starting to look like a private school. It has way more amenities that it needs. But I don't mind, I'm a generous mayor. I will give my all for the people in the city. And I'm not saying this lightly because I am the most humble person there is. Also, I don't like talking about myself. But as the mayor, I promise you that this city will prosper and all of the people inside will be as productive as possible. We will achieve this by raising happiness of all of the people. Now, we will build an old town that has been here a long time. It was built 500 years ago. The town was fortified and had only one entrance with the keep at the top. The majority of strategic fortifications were removed for easier upkeep, and the keep went to disrepair after the area went through major economic recessions. All of the lowland around the hill was once farms to support the town, but was gradually replaced by the town that we will build in the future. Now it is time to harness the power of terrain tools to sculpture our landscapes into perfection. With strategic manipulation of land, we will mold the terrain to suit our vision flawlessly, and fortunately we have handed mode at our disposal, granting us the ability to upgrade the road segments with unparalleled flexibility, from sturdy pylons to quays, so it's much easier to build something like this. This particular area holds a special significance because it's the highest hill in the lowlands, so they built a keep on it. All of the lowlands around the hill was once farms to support the town, but was gradually replaced by the town that we will build in the future. You will see now how many roofs we have in this little old town. Most of the houses will have roofs, but I will also build a few unroofed houses for the people who are not around here and would not be comfortable with our roof arrangement. If there is any Americans listening, please, can you do me a favor and vote for Trump? I missed the comedy session that was his last presidency, and with all of the bad stuff happening in the world, we need his wise words to cheer us up.
We like to troll. We like to go the night before one of their primaries. We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
We need to build a wall, and it has to be built quickly.
You see, these people built the wall a long time ago, and because of the wall they weren't conquered during the history. Trump recognized that America doesn't have even one wall, while China, their nemesis, has the biggest wall in the world.
Build that wall. 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 Build that wall.
America is also fighting in a culture war, so the wall would prove as a nice asset for defense. And the best part of it, Mexico paid for it for some reason. That proves that Trump is the best businessman in the world.
It's not been easy for me. It has not been easy for me. And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
And that he would lead America to greatness.
I haven't done it yet. I may do it. If this doesn't work out, probably I will do it. I would almost say definitely.
Just imagine how defensible this town was before. When the keep was not in ruin, there were towers around the castle and multiple gateways were blocking the enemy from taking the keep. If we had steam workshop, you probably wouldn't need to imagine. I would just build one. We will first build 2 hotels and a market for the future. And after that we will start building the houses that farmers are living at. Of course, we will build them houses as close to the farms as possible, so they are as efficient as possible. That way they will have more time to go and spend all of the money they earn. And by the looks of the area we are building here, they will probably have a lot of money. The smell of the farms will be awful, but if you ever live in the farm town or a village, you will know that it smells like literal shit only for about 4 months a year. So I think that is not too bad, all things considered. Now I will say a short poem about my admiration of roofs. European roofs, or how they stand with grace and charm across the land. Tile of clay or thatch so fine against the backdrop of history line. In quaint villages or bustling towns, their elegance never fails to astound. Oh, thank you very much. Now we are building a park for this area that I think every person deserves. A green and walkable environment is very healthy for people physically and mentally. We also need to have an area for children and dogs in the park next to that bar, so all the people in the family can do something in the same area. Just imagine people and dogs playing here in the future. I love to plant all of these trees, bushes, rocks and props. They just bring the area to life, but the realistic looking houses with different models help with that a lot. I'm walking around my area a lot and looking at stuff that I would like to recreate in the game, and I can't wait to build them all. Some areas are so strange that I would maybe need to take a picture so we all see that that is realistic what I will build. It's very important in parks, in my opinion, to separate the areas with bushes and trees and to build hanging out areas in all of the little nooks and crannies of the park. So all of the people that want privacy can get the privacy. Also, people that live in that area don't need to look at all of the bypassers and park users. I had a small area like this for basketball next to my house when I was growing up, so I prepared a little poem for it.